So this is kind of an impromptu video, and it's regarding my accent, because some people, like, they've commented that they've sort of like accused me of faking my accent. And I'm not really offended by this, because like when I was younger, I used to receive like a lot of hate from Singaporean classmates. Sorry, I used to. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. And so as I was saying, like, basically I attended school, like primary school and secondary school in Singapore. And when I was in school, people often like remarked that, hey, this guy is like faking his accent, or these sorts of things. So don't worry, I've already gotten that a lot since I was like young. And my intention of making this video is not really to like it's not really to like shame anyone who's like criticizing me for allegedly faking my accent or anything. But like, I just want to say, this is how I talk normally, like IRL. You can ask my friends, you can even like watch my previous YouTube videos, whereby it's just me narrating stuff. And right now I've already been like, how do I say it? It's like right now I'm even trying to like tone it down so that I sound flatter. If I just suck at like, it's like when I intentionally want to sound flat, I end up sounding less flat. You get what I mean? Where was I? So as I was saying, right now I'm just trying to talk as flat as possible, because people have been accusing me of overrolling my R's, or like, okay, you just take it that this video is sort of an experiment to see how low my voice can go, and how can I how can I restrict myself from rolling my R's way too much. And the thing is, I'm unable to do any of that. You get what I mean? Like, I've tried to like blend in with people, imitate the way Singaporeans speak, like typically. I mean, because like most Singaporeans, they speak in a sort of like Singapore Malaysian accent that I think has its root from like British accent, just that it's more, it became more Asian, I guess. It's sort of like British Asian. So instead of saying British, I think you guys say like British. Actually no, only British people say that. Most Singaporeans I've heard, they say like British accent. If that, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that how you guys say it? And then sometimes I like hesitate a lot, because I'm trying to like, because this is an impromptu video, I'm trying to think of like what I want to say, and that's why it's natural. People just hesitate a lot, especially when they don't have a script. And like, I think all of my videos have been unscripted. I have never scripted anything. So whatever you've been hearing is my natural voice. Okay, right now it's technically not my natural voice, because I'm really trying my best to like tone down my R's, but it's just not working. See? So I just want you guys to like be more mindful. I have never like remarked negatively regarding the Singaporean accent. I've never said like, oh, it sounds too flat, or it doesn't sound like English. Like, I know a lot of like people around the world. You can say international. What am I saying? Okay, it's like people around the world. I know some of them have like criticized the way Singaporeans speak. They've like accused you people of like not pronouncing stuff properly. See, when I talk lazy, I don't even say properly. Normally I would say properly, you know. And it's like I kind of feel sad for you guys because it's like people who like are surrounded with American accents like in their life. They're only used to American accents, or like at most British accent, maybe Indian accent, or like some East Asian accents, maybe. It's like they have a tendency to like criticize the Southeast Asian accent from like Singapore, Malaysia, or I think Thailand as well, or Indonesian. I mean Indonesian accent, they say water like water, if I'm not wrong, like naturally, for people who aren't really English educated. They just have that like, the way they enunciate their R's is like quite unique and special, I would say. So I kind of like feel bad for you guys for getting criticized. So I just want you guys to be more mindful, like when it comes to people who just so happen to be like doing content creation in Singapore, but they don't necessarily sound the most, how do you say, Singaporean at first glance. I just want you guys to be like more mindful of that. You know, people speak differently, and that's completely fine. Okay, maybe I'll try to say that sentence in a Southeast Asian accent. People speak differently. Is that how you say it? Differently. And that's completely fine. Is that how you guys say it? I don't know how you guys say it. I'm so sorry. I don't even know why I'm like yapping into this stuff, you know. So basically what you have heard is like, I think around 8 minutes of me, my unfiltered self, just me speaking. And if you still think I'm like faking my accent, then I really don't know what to tell you. I've tried imitating like the Southeast Asian accent, but I just can't. It's like, you know when people, they kind of get like frustrated or like sad, sometimes you know their real accent sort of like comes out a bit. Or maybe when they kind of stumble a bit, maybe their real accent comes out a bit. You get what I mean? And I'm like, okay, when I'm starting this video, I was like, okay, please trip up, please show people your real accent. No, I'm just showing people my real accent, you know. That's just how I speak. And I don't get why people have such a big issue with that. But in short, like, you know, I've lived with people from all over the world, and sometimes like you have to like pronounce clearly so that you want to convey a message, you want to tell them hey, you know, the tap is not working. Hey, sorry, I vomited in the sink just now. Or, you know, hey, I've cleaned the toilet just now. Or stuff like that. You want to be able to, like, you know, tell people as clearly as possible. As clearly. This is called overpronouncing. Do you guys see the difference between overpronouncing stuff and, like, you know, just talking naturally? You guys can hear the difference, right? So I was surrounded by, like, people from all over the world, and that's the reason why I talk like that. Even though I've lived in Singapore for, like, you know, on and off a few years, but it hasn't really changed my accent, because, like, that's just how I talk. People cannot just, like, you know, fake their accents or change their accents overnight. You get what I mean? And the thing is, I myself, I don't even think I sound that American in the first place. And then I have people telling me, oh my gosh, you're faking your accent. So I'm just like, I'm not mad or anything. I'm just, like, kind of confused why people would even make that statement. So as usual, I think I just want to end this video now. Please be mindful of people who, you know, just aren't the same as you, or who are, like, raised differently or speak different languages. Like, even when I speak Japanese, like, my mother tongue is English. Japanese is not my first language, and when I speak Japanese, sometimes I kind of get, like, you know, a Malay-ish, how to say, okay, it's like strangely, because, like, I know a bit of Malay intonation, and sometimes when I speak Japanese, subconsciously it kind of, like, creeps in. And yeah, my Japanese doesn't really sound very, very Japanese. It's not my first language. So yeah, the best way to describe, I'm not even sure if it's, like, a Malay accent or an Indonesian accent in the first place. It's just, like, it sounds kind of Malay-ish to me. I don't know if that's how you would describe it, but so yeah, basically, okay, once again, it's like, I think 13 minutes into the video already. You've already heard me, oh sorry, I haven't eaten dinner yet. You've already heard me yap on and on and on already. And yeah, please be nice to others, please be mindful to others. Especially when it comes to something that they have no control over themselves. So yeah, bye.